Ethics. Chapter 5. The Foundation of Ethics. Its origin is in philosophy based on the idea of respecting other people. Code of Ethics. It is essential for self-regulation. The ARC has a statement of ethics. The ARC has a statement of ethics. In a medical setting, moral obligations will impose ethical duties on therapists. The 7 theories or principles of ethics are: autonomy, veracity, non-maleficence, beneficence, confidentiality, justice, and role duty. Autonomy is related to the patient's choice, and there should be no persuading. Veracity is basically being honest. Non-maleficence means don't cause harm and try to prevent it. Beneficence means you should contribute to a patient's well-being. From this comes the advanced directives, which are a living will and durable power of attorney. Confidentiality refers to the Hippocratic Oath and is focused on respecting privacy of the patient and their information. Some exceptions to this are gunshot wounds, abuse, and spreadable diseases such as chickenpox. Justice refers to a fair distribution of care. 2 types of justice are distributive justice, which is the balance of cost and ability to pay, and compensatory justice, which is a recovery of damages often due to malpractice. Role duty means to know your limits and stay inside them, and always make sure you're always doing it correctly. The 5 ethical viewpoints are formalism, consequentialism, mixed approaches, virtue ethics, and intuitionalism. Formalism is based on standards of right and wrong based on rules or principles. The acts are justified if they uphold rules or principles. And right is always right, wrong is always wrong. Consequentialism refers to acts based on a potential outcome. One example is where you give medicine to a sick soldier rather than a wounded soldier because the sick soldier will heal quicker and be back in battle. A mixed approach is one that capitalizes on the strengths of other viewpoints for the greater good. The main example being rule utilitarianism, where honesty is good because it promotes a good relationship with patient and caregiver, not because it is morally right. Virtue ethics are not based on morals or consequences. You just ask yourself, how would a good RT handle this? Intuitionalism is based on treating each other fairly, and the basic instincts you learned growing up. Public and civil law. There are 2 public law divisions. Criminal law, which is an act against the welfare of the public, punishable by fines or jail. And administrative law, which is regulations set by the government. Civil law is to protect citizens from others, and the decisions are made in civil court. The main civil law we will deal with is the tort law, which is a wrongdoing besides breach of contract. It can be intentional, which is a willful act, or negligent, which is a fail to perform duties. The 3 classes of malpractice are criminal, which regards assault and battery, civil, which regards negligence, and ethical, which violates professional ethics. HIPAA, or the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996, is a congressional act for privacy of health information. This makes it so companies can't increase insurance based on prior conditions. PACA, or the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, was passed in 2010. It is a whistleblower protection plan, where you could anonymously report to a corporate compliance officer. The NLRA, or the National Labor Relations Act, is a form of protection if the occupation has no union. It will protect a worker acting on the good of all employees. The FCA, or False Claims Act, forbids false claims to the government and prevents retaliation against an employee reporting fraud. Things you need to know about your license. You should know the terms to obtain it, including the test and applying. Know the requirements to keep it. Know the protocols dictated by the ARC. and know the reasons for discipline, which are substance or sexual abuse, domestic violence, and gross incompetence, ethics.